Billy served 2 tours in Iraq as a tanker in the 3rd Infantry Division. He's staying at Samaritan Village on West 43rd Street. Samaritan Village is a treatment clinic and residence for veterans who became addicted to drugs. In Billy's case, it was crack cocaine.
So I was like, yeah, I'll get out, and that was it. There was no help given. You know, I told them I was depressed and suicidal and everything. And they were like, oh, okay, you can get out.
For Mike, a former combat engineer in the Marine Corps who's been at Samaritan Village for 2 months, addiction started after an injury in Iraq and a military prescription for painkillers.
Long story short, it was cheaper than pills at the time, and kicked off from there. And just started going downhill from there pretty much, spending all my money.
Samaritan Village says their success comes from a practical approach that gives the veterans more time for treatment than current VA programs while utilizing their strengths.
Because veterans are a different population, no doubt. We're talking about men that have a certain degree of discipline, that if you can tap into that, it'll help them in their recovery, that there are some things already instilled. See, we're not starting from a blank slate here.
For those staying at the New York City Rescue Mission downtown, getting veterans to work through an entire program is difficult. For the city and its veteran housing programs, the challenges are just as great.
It's a hard nut to crack.
Yeah.
The human condition and the brokenness and dealing with war and dealing with the repercussions of war here in Lower Manhattan we see it every day.
The city is redirecting their money, much like the VA wants to, or the Veterans Administration wants to put men directly in housing. That's what the city wants to do with their homeless population as well. And they're having difficulty because finding the places and finding people that can stick once they're...
Some veterans simply don't want to stick. They feel that the road they're on is part of their personal journey.
I love the Navy. I would give my left arm if I could turn those wheels back around, and stay in the Navy and continue with my family.
Others feel that the military is responsible for failing to give them the proper tools to be successful in society.
Bravo, they teach you how to kill people, and that's not a marketable skill out in the real world. I didn't go in and become a nurse or anything. They just taught me, this guy, if we point at him, that's what you do. You take him out, and that's it.
Stephen Balin from the Manhattan Veteran Affairs Office has seen a connection between veterans who struggle when they return.
The head you need to be in a war zone is different from the head you need to be in when you come home.
Gregory Sloan came back from Vietnam and he refused treatment.
A homeless vet, they didn't consider it, but now they consider it. Doing the best I can, hanging in there.
Breakfast and lunch, a shower, clothes as we get them. Laundry. For those veterans who may not be ready to engage in other issues, but we also have case managers who are willing to come up with an individualized treatment plan to see what do we need to do to help this veteran reclaim what they deserve, a good, safe place to live.
In Lower Manhattan, Josh Williams, DNA Info.